You are now watching Brew News, your number one source in world news. Go f yourself.
Guys, check out my new favorite channel. It is so good. Oh my god. Look at it.
Yo, what is up? This is a Brew News, your number one source in world news, and we've got breaking news coming in to the news desk. Countries loyal to Pewdiepie have formed a coalition of the willing, forming the empire of Pewdiepie through his wealth, his power, and sheer girth of his manhood. He has brought together all these countries to wage war on one T-Series Reich. And bros, we're already at war. It just started. It's gonna be a godforsaken bloodbath. The 9-year-old army has been called up. 100 divisions of 9-year-olds on super heavies. We're getting breaking news. The Soviet Union is apparently helping out T-Series Reich, offering military access.
It makes me mad.
This reporter could have predicted this. I always knew there was something strange between the Soviet Union and T-Series Reich. Looking at the equipment the 9-year-olds are using, this reporter is left wondering, could Pewdiepie not afford modern equipment? Pewdiepie, give your 9-year-old army modern equipment for the love of God. Pewdiepie himself must trust Brew News for all his world news.
It is so good.
Because no sooner than I had said, give your 9-year-old army new equipment, he hooks them up with modern tanks, also forming 2 whole new divisions. You've got the 9-year-old meat shield, which appears to be infantry, and then you have hyperactive 9-year-old division, which is just a bunch of light tanks. This should be interesting. This just in, we're getting breaking news in here at Brew News. The 9-year-old army is lining up on the border with the Soviet Union. This could only mean one thing. This just in, we are getting breaking news in here at Brew News. Pewdiepie has just addressed the government, stating the war with the Soviet Union will be declared within hours. The 9-year-old army has been mobilized for the beginning of its drive on T-Series. We are getting in satellite imagery. It appears like a battle is imminent. Yes, there it is. We can see it now. Factions are being made. People are and there it is. This just proves Pewdiepie's point. T-Series Reich and the Soviet Union were in it together to take down Pewdiepie. It would not surprise me if some rich Soviet oligarch actually owned T-Series. Right now, it does not look like anybody is going to be able to contain the 9-year-old army. They are pissed off. One thing you do not want in warfare is an army of pissed off 9-year-olds in modern tanks. Oh my god, are you serious?
Guys, this is bullshit. Stop doing this.
That is a new low, even for T-Series Reich. They are literally nuking an army of 9-year-olds. Is there no humanity left in the world? The nukes continue to fall, but Pewdiepie is now calling up his army of 9-year-old pilots to defend the Northern Front. Hopefully, the 9-year-old pilots can stop the nukes from falling, regain air superiority. It has not happened yet. Give it a chance, though. They had to have breakfast first. The 9-year-olds have almost reached Moscow already. And it does look like the 9-year-old pilots have taken over control of the skies. Well done, bros. Pewdiepie has called in his division of hyperactive 9-year-olds to launch their blitzkrieg attack on Moscow. Have you ever seen a blitzkrieg so successful besides Poland 1939? Besides France 1940? Besides the Soviet Union 1941? Have you ever seen a blitzkrieg so successful in all your lives? The army of 9-year-old, hyperactive, light tank wielding children is approaching Moscow. We are seeing T-Series troops mixed in with the Soviet troops. Just further proving PewDiePie's point. This war was meant to be. This war was destined. PewDiePie has the mandate of heaven. The heroes of Felixburg, the 9-year-old pilot, stopped any nukes from being dropped on Felixburg. The heroes of the empire of PewDiePie. Moscow is within striking distance to the hyperactive 9-year-olds, and boom! Moscow has fallen. Is there anything an army of 9-year-olds cannot do? The army of hyperactive 9-year-olds, having just captured Moscow, have been given new orders to take Kiev. I don't think anybody, Soviet Union T-Series, can stop a bunch of hyperactive 9-year-olds in light tanks. That is just this reporter's honest opinion. Satellite imagery from space shows that the 9-year-olds are just absolutely hammering the Soviet Union and T-Series. At this point, T-Series must be shitting themselves. Word has it, their sub count is way down. But who can blame them when you got 1.43 billion 9-year-olds? I gotta be honest, this reporter didn't even know there was that many 9-year-olds in the world. PewDiePie must be cloning them. Is there nothing that PewDiePie cannot do? It looks like the army of hyperactive 9-year-olds has stalled out. They must have ran out of sugary snacks. Can we get some Mountain Dew to these bros? Minsk is just about to be encircled. Oh, but Minsk has just fallen. These bros got their Mountain Dew. Supplies must be running short here. We have just got casualty reports in here at Brew News. The empire of PewDiePie has lost 142,000, while the Soviet Union has lost 500,000, and T-Series has lost 82,000. As you can see by the fielded manpower, the 9-year-olds are outnumbered, but they are not outmatched. As you can tell, numbers do not matter. Give these 9-year-olds good equipment. Give them a ton of sugary snacks, Mountain Dews, Pepsis, honey buns, anything you can grab, and they will do thy bidding. The empire of PewDiePie is getting nice and thick now.
Oh, I'm grabbing these. Oh, so they feel good.
New Lebensraum for the 9-year-olds. And Kiev is about to fall. Even a T-Series infantryman cannot stop this from happening, and boom, Kiev has fallen. The last major city still holding out is Stalingrad. How fitting. This may be where the oligarch that is controlling T-Series makes his last stand. We are getting news out of the empire of PewDiePie that a lull in the action was due to the 9-year-olds running out of honey buns and Mountain Dew. They have just been resupplied, we are hearing, and the drive on T-Series is about to begin yet again. As you can see from the satellite imagery, brought to you by Brew News, your most trusted source in world news, you can tell that these 9-year-olds down here, especially more so than the others, must have procured a much larger amount of honey buns because they are driving recklessly into the Soviet lines, while these other ones appear to be just sitting there eating their honey buns and talking about, I have no idea what they would be talking about. Probably Fortnite. They're probably sitting there on the front lines, not fighting, all doing stupid ass Fortnite dances. Eat your honey buns and get to war. I will say this, bros, and this is from this news reporter, straight shooter. Since the 9-year-old pilots were called up, we have not seen or heard about any nukes being dropped upon the empire of Pewdiepie. Is there anybody with such efficiency as a squadron of 9-year-old pilots? Yeah, we're gonna refuse that one. Nice try, bros. You're going down, T-Series. Bitch lasagna style. That still leaves me with the question, what type of sick country, what type of sick company would nuke an army of 9-year-olds? This country, this company, I tell you. That's who. This just did here at Brew News, breaking news. We have word. And this is really going to be devastating to the 9-year-old army. We are having a huge shortage in honey buns. As you can tell, the line is somewhat stabilized. The Empire of Pewdiepie is calling on all Western nations to stand up for what is right, to recognize these two countries nuked an army of 9-year-olds and supply them to give up their honey buns to the 9-year-old army, to see good be done and justice be brought against the purveyors of nuking 9-year-olds. We are getting new casualty reports in here at Brew News. The 9-year-old armies have lost 350,000, while the combined armies of the Tsar Reich, Soviet Union, Mongolia, and Tanu Tuva have lost almost 1 million. Although the honey bun famine may have affected the 9-year-old's army short term, it did not affect their resolve. Remember, the Empire of Pewdiepie, Pewdiepie himself, has gained the mandate of heaven. As you can tell down here, it appears like there is a severe shortage of honey buns. And up here too. Supplies of honey buns are only reaching Army Group Center. Even the Italians are coming in to help. I hope this isn't the same type of help they gave Germany in North Africa. Or the same type of help they gave Germany in Greece. Or the same type of help they gave Germany towards the end of the war. Ha! Italy World War II roast. Check. I think the drive upon T-Series really stalled out once the 9-year-olds reached Moscow. They found good internet access again and have been doing nothing but playing Fortnite. This has really stalled out the advance. They still got shitty internet service down here. Plenty of honey buns. I think that's why the drive is continuing down here. What the hell is going on here? We are getting satellite imagery of an entire front being abandoned by the 9-year... A Fortnite tournament in Minsk. Apparently there has been a Fortnite tournament in Minsk. Everybody has abandoned their front near Minsk. That's great. This right here is what happens when you forget about your duties to go to a Fortnite tournament. We are getting new satellite imagery in 2 months after the great Minsk Fortnite tournament that almost seen the collapse of the Empire of Pewdiepie. The 9-year-olds have regained the initiative, drunk on Mountain Dew, having gorged themselves on honey buns. They have reinitialized the attack and are driving into the Crimea, onto Stalingrad, and to the Urals. With every major Western power giving up their stockpile of Mountain Dew and honey buns, I don't see any chance, not one chance, that the Soviets are able to rebound from this crushing defeat. Perhaps the Minsk Fortnite tournament was the time off that the 9-year-olds needed to regain the initiative and stomp a mudhole through the Russian defense. Sevastopol has fallen. The Crimea has been taken by the 9-year-olds. If there is one thing you do not want, it is to be pocketed by an army of 9-year-olds. They are ruthless. They are bloodthirsty savages. Just wait. Oh my God. God rest their souls. We are just now getting new casualty reports in here at the Brew News desk. Coming in with 460,000 casualties, Empire Pewdiepie. But they have inflicted 3 million losses upon the savage Soviet Union and the even more savage T-Series Reich, the group who would nuke an army of 9-year-olds. The 9-year-old army has opened up its final campaign, its final push across Soviet territory before it opens up its offensive on T-Series Reich. The Soviet Union is probably going to be capitulating soon. 76% towards capitulation. When Stalingrad falls, they're going to take a big hit to that. Stalingrad is just about to fall to the 9-year-old army. Let's watch in amazement. As Brew News is the first and only news to bring you live satellite imagery of the fall of Stalingrad. Another encirclement. Have we not learned anything? You do not want to be encircled by an army of 9. Oh, boom! Stalingrad has fallen. The Crimea is being invaded, and there are more pockets than a pool table. All along the front, 9-year-olds are crashing through Soviet lines, drunk with the thirst for honey buns. Let me tell you this. Let this news anchor break this down to you. World War II. Germans did not need, okay? They did not need winter clothes to survive the Russian winter. They didn't need petrol for their tanks. They needed 9-year-olds filled with honey buns and Mountain Dew. Let that be a lesson to the world. The Caucasus are about to fall, but the 9-year-olds are unconcerned with the oil fields. No, they are more concerned with the great honey bun factories of New Delhi. You better believe there is going to be a meeting of 9-year-olds in New Delhi. We now have the first detachment of 9-year-olds to reach the Urals. Total collapse of the Soviet army. And Amelia Earhart, searching for honey buns, loses her bearings and crashes somewhere. Blind with the thirst of honey buns. It is mostly T-Series troops now defending the Soviet Union. They are scared shitless that their honey bun factories of New Delhi are about to be raided. The Soviet Union is 97% towards capitulation. 96% towards capitulation. Latest casualty reports coming in to Brew News. 1.55 million casualties for the Empire of Pewdiepie. 4.66 million casualties for T-Series and the Soviet Union, which is now at 98% towards capitulation. Fielded manpower has become just about even now. Oh, boom! The Soviet Union has officially capitulated, bros. They are out of there. And the great empire of Pewdiepie now spans,
oh my God,
from Europe,
look at it,
all the way to the easternmost edges of Asia. we've got some cleanup duty to do on some T-Series units now stranded in the former Soviet Union. And then, the 9-year-olds will crash upon the honey bun factories of New Delhi into the lair of the Subbot beast.
You wanna fight me? Well, bring it.
Here, let me serve you bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna, bitch lasagna. T-Series ain't nothing but a bitch lasagna.